welcome back to Skyheiser Productions, round 3 of the 2021 Forsyth Decatur Open. We have the back nine here from Nelson Park. Some nice aerial shots of Forsyth and Decatur. Danny Beauchamp has a 5-shot lead over Noah Fiveash. Tad Carlson and Michael Hoffman are both right there too. See a couple new names in the top 7 there. Dollar looks like he bumped back up. Alright, so here is hole 10. It's 294. This starts the birdie row of the course, where you pretty much want to get the next 3 holes. Backhand hyzer, forehand hyzer, both are acceptable. Tad's going to lead us off here. Looks like he's throwing a mid. Held it out just wide enough, and that shot is a really good look at a birdie.
Danny looking to elect for the backhand versus the forehand from previous round.
Yep, and you just kind of push it out at that solo pine. Just let it pop in. Beautiful shot. And as his word said, the flick went worse last time, so he changed it up and parked it. Noah sticking with the flick like round 2. And similar result. I'm pretty sure is disc landed in the exact same square foot of grass. Michael also electing for the flick. It's a little short. Nice push though. Good little straight skip. So not a bad grouping. Let's see if we can maybe get a star birdie. Michael's quick putt is right there in the middle of the chains. Tad coming in, keeping the mood light with some knucks. Looks like he's in that 15-foot range, maybe a touch further. Followed his systems, hit it dead center right there. That's a great putt. Nice birdie from Danny. As long as Noah can tap this in here, we will have a star birdie to start your back nine. Interesting enough, too, this hole almost shot to 3/4 of a stroke under par. It was the easiest hole in the course for that round. It's interesting, too, since it was windiest during round 3. I said this last time they were on this hole in round 2, but this was featured on like a Jomez what would you throw, and I think someone like put like what would you do if your local course looked like this. But I thought it was kind of funny because it's actually not a bad hole, especially it just makes you throw a hyzer either forehand or backhand. Tad just sleeping a little bit out.
Danny going a little skinny.
He caught the tree, but that's not too bad. Usually if you're in that shadow, you're in the 20-ish foot realm.
Yeah, that tree in past years didn't have all those limbs kind of trimmed up, so if you were inside the tree, it was kind of an awkward putt, but there, if you're at the bottom, you still got an easy look.
Yeah, it's definitely true. Noah hit another tree and dropped by the basket. If you haven't watched round 2 yet, I advise you to do so. Noah had a pretty sick shot involving a tree. Alright, so we're all putting here. Tad is out like that, maybe that 45-50 foot range. Oh my goodness, that was a really good looking putt.
Low right, grabs a couple chains, and just not enough. You can see this is kind of a newer basket in comparison to some of the others on the course.
The deepest cage probably on the whole course. And Noah taking full advantage of that. Scraping one over there to the left, taking a deep breath.
Debo trying to do the same here.
Just a little lack of commitment on that putt.
Yeah, it came out a little early there, it seemed.
So unfortunately, Garry Michael has a good recovery. I was gonna say, unfortunately, Michael's done it a couple times, and I was hoping he didn't follow suit there, but he made the correction and hit it nice in the middle. Right, so hole number 12 here, 250. This was our easiest hole the last time we played this course, so pretty much a must get.
Just you in the basket.
Yeah, pretty much. There's not a good focal point necessarily, but all these players can throw a 250-foot shot. That's an excellent shot there. It looked like he hung it a little wide, but it was perfect. Speaking of wide, Michael threw one way out there. Let's see if he can come back. He's got a little bit too much on that one. He's going to have a tough putt coming back.
Yeah, almost popped a wheelie on that mountain bike. I don't know what you want to call that. Ramp.
Yeah, it's almost like a trials structure, but it's not trials. I don't know what to call it either, to be honest with you. And actually mountain bikes. Tad will be out there in the 35-foot range. See if Danny can correct. Danny throws a lot of those, like a little bit tighter, but they pop up shots.
This one
Yeah,
kinda
he
short.
did, but
Grass kind of jumped up and grabbed it.
I still think it's in the circle, though. Oh, Michael almost made a huge putt there. I guess I'd probably say Tad's about 35 here, so I'd say Danny's probably within the circle. Tad is just nailing another one.
He pretty much closed his eyes and hit that with the angle coming out of his hand. Looked good.
It was a beautiful putt. And about this point in the day, we've already played. Just a little low from Danny. We've already played 1.5 rounds, and it's very hot out. So I think fatigue might be starting to roll in. It makes the birdie or die course maybe a little more fair overall, I guess. I mean, just because it's kind of, you know, people are getting tired and they're becoming a little lackluster on the course.
Yeah, key factor being outside in the sun all day, not necessarily having all the woods that Forsyth's course provides.
Yep.
Kind of drags on you after so many holes.
So Danny in for the par there. Looks like everyone's about a 2. Hole 13 is 418 feet. Big arms will elect to go out right over those mountain bike woodwork and bring it back into the edge of the slope, maybe a little long. And I think the more shorter arms will go up the middle on the flex. There should have been a tailwind on this hole, maybe a little bit right to left. So Noah just left his out a little bit wide. That'll still be a putt.
A lot of times you kind of count on the wind coming from behind you to kind of push the disc back as you show the underside of the disc on that wide hyzer. Did you
Yeah.
quite get enough push?
I feel like there was a decent amount of tailwind involved too, so they just weren't wanting to sweep all the way. They're just kind of dropping out of the sky. But Tad got his back there to even with the pin and line off the tee, so he executed his angle pretty well. You can hear the wind just ripping. I think okay, I thought he rolled his wrist, but it's coming back. That'll be out there, probably an easy 3 range. Maybe a long 2 possibility range. Alright, Danny's looking to get this to the pin. Nice and high and wide. I kind of lost it in the sky there. And there it comes. Good shot.
Amazing shot by Danny.
Yep. And he'll have a headwind putt, but it's, you know, it's not too far, so he has a good shot at it.
Michael giving a little quick run there.
Yeah, he was closer than I thought. He had a pretty legitimate shot. Noah's probably a similar distance. Should have like a right to left wind. Oh, he cashes it. Beautiful putt.
Got to give it the air and it just kind of drop right in the chains.
Yeah, slow walks it in. Excellent. See if Tad can put one in. Just a little bit of an uphill putt inside the circle. just left that low.
Ooh, that one almost popped out.
See if Danny can follow Noah and get a 2 on this hole. Ooh, just over the cage. Count it. Right, that hole played a quarter stroke under par for round 3. I feel like Danny probably had a little bit of that headwind in his mind when he was to putt that.
Yeah, definitely want to keep the disc down on a headwind because you know the headwind coming at you is going to. Let's go.
Right, so 14, it's 279. Most players are going to go over the top. Last round I was surprised to see 2 people go up the middle with the drums. There is kind of a headwind going on, a head crosswind maybe. So we'll see what happens here, but I believe Noah's going over the top. Wait for it to crash down out of the sky. Here it comes. That looks good. And I mean, pretty much the same as round 3.
Yep, hit right next to the basket. You know, you're probably gonna fade down a little bit down the hill, but that long grass kind of catches.
And I meant round 2, not 3. Does Danny do it again? He does.
Get it!
Oh my goodness! I almost
Asking
thought
for
the
it to
pole.
get in and almost in.
See, it's weird. The up the middle shot takes way more accuracy.
More control, more confidence, more spin.
Yeah, it's interesting because it takes more of a precise shot, but it also
Yeah, I have no idea.
you get kind of punished if you go a little long. Where the other one going long isn't that bad because you're curling into the hill.
Yeah, Ted not quite getting his drive all the way up top there, so he's going to have a little bit of foliage to contend with to get up and down.
And there's Michael left himself a little bit out, but he'll have a putt. And thankfully, Tad got towards the top of the hill, so he has a shot here.
Yeah, often at times, whenever the top kind of grabs you, it could be easy for the disc to roll all the way back down the hill, and that's when you get into the big numbers territory.
Oh, Michael with a good run. Yeah, those shots suck. And then if you roll like to either side, you're obstructed. Let's see if Danny can put in a good putt here. Show us that middle gap's worth it. Oh my gosh, just nubbed.
Just trying to sneak it in there, not trying to give it a chance of going all the way off the top, and just not enough gas to get it in.
There's Noah for another one. He's heating up.
Yeah, that brings Noah to 10 down through 14.
Yeah, he's definitely found his stroke this round. This hole came in at 2.79 average. So a little bit under par.
Just sticks it in.
Take a deep breath.
Ted kind of breathes out. So,
That's immortalized forever.
Comments were good. Alright, so 1,590. Okay, this is 190 feet. This is, I think, 330. So you're essentially. Oh, I'm sorry. We have the flyover for 16. That's why I was confused. Okay, so 15 is 190 feet. It is a turnover down the hill. We saw a drone flyover of 16. So this one here, Noah's going with the with the forehand. You want to push to the left side and have it hyzer pretty hard, just like that.
Pretty good.
I think he threw that exactly like he did in the previous round too. Danny's gonna want to push the same exact line with a backhand. That looks pretty good as well, and perfect again. So these guys pretty much replicated their shot from the previous round out here. Tad's going with the forehand similar to Noah. There is actually a realistic gap above Tad's head at about 11 o'clock. You can throw over the top, but it doesn't look like anyone's going to do that. That'll work too. This highs red a little bit early for him there. Did you back in this hole, George?
Yeah, I backhand like a banger
Oh,
GT, kind
was
of
that
like
your shoe or
a
what?
similar shot to what Danny's doing, to kind of get it turned down
Sounded
the
like your
hill
shoe
and kind of
skirting
come
the-
back flat.
Yeah, I backhanded as well. So here you see Michael. There is a Mando on this hole, the big tree on the corner. It just doesn't come into play that often. The tee pad is facing towards like two's basket, or three's basket, I'm sorry, they renumbered the holes.
Oh, yeah.
So either, I guess it's two's basket, sorry. It's facing that basket, but they put a Mando in the hole, so you're kind of teeing off at a weird angle. And that was an excellent approach shot from Michael there.
Yeah, kind of a crafty roller to get out of there and give himself a look.
Yeah, and here's Tad. I feel like he's going to go for this. I hope he commits. He does commit. Oh, what a beautiful putt, Tad.
What wind?
What wins? Exactly.
See fist bumps there. See if Michael can complete the equation here. I just left it a little high.
The wind kind of getting in his head, it kind of seemed like there. Kind of left it high, and the wind just kind of kept pushing.
Did his upshot roll a little bit? I thought it kind of snuggled up to the basket, but
Nope.
him putting from there made me think otherwise. There's Debo with the
Great
two.
hit. Easy money.
That'll gain him another stroke on Noah, who has already gained 4. So it'll bring back to a, I think a 2-stroke match overall. There we go. Nice putt there. And this hole averaged 2.56. And here's what happened. Yeah, they just mixed up the hole flights. But you can see it's 315. It's the correct distance for 16. Kind of expect a little bit more in just a second. Alright, so the cameraman out there, the basket is just to his right and to your left. Danny wants that to pop up and push over to the hump. Once you do that, you're going to hit the hillside and be pretty close to the basket.
D2.
Yep, he's probably 22 feet away. Most players are going to elect to throw a fairway driver just because of the low ceiling here. Left is the place you don't want to miss.
Had going
Yeah,
with a little bit of a
that's
hyzer flip. Kind of getting down there.
It's putt.
Not quite over to the other hill, but kind of he should have a little jump putt up the hill.
Maybe, yeah, just outside the circle.
Get through.
No, left that high. Oh, that was a good kick out.
Yeah, if that continues to travel deeper into the woods, it would have been a hard out for him.
Stay up.
Oh, Michael, let it go a little short arm here.
That's the thing. I was like, keep standing on this hole. Why you-
So here we see Michael kind of debating between what to throw. I throw a little standstill flick.
Oh, get it.
Holy cashes
Easy too.
that. We've had the luxury now of seeing
Dude,
2
great
throw
shot,
outs.
man.
Love to see it.
That's sick. A blind turnover forehand and just hits the chains and stays.
Is Noah going to do it too? Oh, he caught the limb there. Alright, Tad, like we said, just outside the circle. Looks like he's dealing with a head right to left wind. Or maybe even just a straight right to left. It's a pretty safe putt though.
Come on.
Good commitment.
Yeah, behind the hill there is the lake, the water coming, the wind coming off the lake there kind of creates that headwind effect, and that's why Tad was just a little high.
You can see Danny throwing up grass and it was making it to the basket from where he's at. So he's putting in a straight tailwind. Yeah, you can tell how really strong that tailwind was.
Yeah, this is probably the windiest corner of the course most consistently, just because of all that wind coming off the water.
I threw mine up to the gravel path on the right, and it was one of those putts where I thought it looked shorter than what it was, so I ran it and made it, luckily. Everybody was like giving me bug eyes. Like, why did you run that putt?
I feel like this hole is the one hole that I've seen the majority of the throw-ins on for two. Cause
Yeah, you're throwing up at the slope.
it's easy to get out of position off the tee and then have an uphill slope, so you can just run it.
Absolutely. So here we are on 17. We have a weird left to right on this hole. Maybe a little head. Big arms are going to go over that dead tree and try to take it straight on. I would imagine that Danny and Noah can both do that. Maybe Tad. But unless you don't have a big arm, you have to flex it if you don't have a big arm, rather. I mean, Michael's got a move on this. It kind of went through the tree. That was great.
Good shot. Get a lot farther up the hill, give himself a little bit easier putt.
Look at the lake. Actually has waves on it right now. That's how windy it is. Yeah, and like I said, Danny gets his over the tree. That is deep. What a shot. It's going to be a scary putt, but that was a heck of a shot.
Yeah, there's got to be a pretty strong tail and be able to push that disc all the way up the hill for Danny. That's a great shot by him.
Yeah, the wind might be like really helping. Let's see if Tad can get there too. Oh, see, he's playing the flip up through the middle. Just a little early. There's Noah. Expect the spike. He left that inside.
Yeah, he does not like it one bit.
So, I mean, I don't feel like I'm ruining too much, but believe it or not, there was not a single bogey on this hole in round 3.
Yeah, it's not too terribly surprising just because you can almost throw a full power and know that as long as you keep it close to the tree that Tad kind of hit, you can still save 3 pretty easy just pitching up the hill and tapping.
I just figured people would be more aggressive on their putting.
Yeah, I think it only takes one time for you to see someone roll away. This could turn into a 5-6 putt if you're not careful, so I feel like the majority of people tend to lay up.
There you go,
You're
Michael.
right where Michael is. Michael is going to run that every single time uphill.
So we had a routine throw-in from about 180 and then a nice birdie.
Yeah, he's feeling it.
Ooh,
coming
he
to
said
the end
dag
of
on.
this
I don't
round.
care about
Oh
it.
yeah. I'm lazy.
It takes one
And fast.
hole.
We just found out Tad Carlson's lazy. Is he self-proclaimed? He has a tap out. Like I said, no bogeys. That one finished 2.82. So here we are on the last hole of our time at Nelson. Round 3 here, 357. Right here at this last tree on the left, you'd like to be turning it from left to right on the backhand, or you'd like to be contesting just a little short with the forehand.
But it ain't gonna
Forehand is definitely the most popular play in this hole.
Yeah, I'm gonna have fun, man. I would if I was playing that good.
Yeah, keep going, keep going.
Michael put a good move on that.
Good shot.
Similar to round 3, he has a outside chance there for birdie.
Yeah, I'm surprised that these forehands aren't skipping more whenever they hit. It seems like the grass up there is a little thick, not really getting a great skip.
He's gonna go through that tree. If it gets overstable, that was a good kick out.
You got that.
It was a little bit better than the previous round for him.
Yeah, it seems like on that line he either wants to go a little bit more highs drawn or kind of throw out towards the road or knowing it's going to come back.
Sure. Here's Noah with the forehand.
Yeah,
That's got a good move on it. That looks deep.
Yeah, that's good.
You'll have that uphill putt.
Yeah, just a little bit. That'll be a putt. In some shape or form, we are 3 for 4 looking so far. Tad has a good forehand, so we'll see if he can get up there.
Oh no.
Put a lot of height on that one, but if it stays turned over, he's gonna get away with it.
That was a tough win to deal with on the
And it did. Wow.
Gets the little
He probably
tight
thinks
cut.
it's in the middle of the woods right now.
Yep.
Danny lays up, and he'll go into the final round with either a 2-shot lead or a 3-shot lead, depending on Noah here.
Yeah, Noah's definitely running this. He needs every stroke that he can get.
He hates it. He just pushed it, or pulled it rather. And this hole looks like it finished just over par. Michael barely outside for a 3 for 3. Here's Tad, uphill putt. He just left it a little bit to the left.
Couldn't quite sneak out a 2 there after the favorable kick and cut.
Good comebacker though.
Yep, cleans up his 3 to finish his round.
That'll solidify him at 6 down. Looks like Michael's going to shoot 6 as well. Danny with a 7. It's the first time in this tournament he hasn't had the hot round. Noah's going to shoot a 10. So for round 4, we're going to be going back to Forsyth. I'll just talk while they're tapping. And we're going to be playing not so much birdie or die course. So it'll be interesting to see how it falls into place here.
Yep, coming down the stretch, every stroke is definitely going to count. There's not going to be very many holes left to make up the difference as Danny will continue to lead. As you can see there, 2 teammates.
Alright, so Danny's sitting with a 3-shot lead over Noah. We'll wait till we see the final leaderboard here to see kind of where everyone's at. Alright, we have Danny with a 3-shot lead. Noah with the hot round. I see my name pop back in there a little bit. Tad, Matt, Michael. We have Chase that popped in there too. So thanks again to our sponsors, Plastic Addicts, the City of Decatur, Disc Golf Club, and the Village of Forsyth.
Yep, stick around, round 4.